first of the big braking areas. And they're 3-4 wide as they go down.
No contact? Nah, looks like it's pretty good so far. Everyone's kept it clean. That's good.
It certainly does look clean like there, yeah. Nah, excellent. The guys have survived the first part, but there's lots of walls and lots of turns. We have a 40-lap race for you tonight, so the drivers will need to pit for fuel. There is no compulsory pit stop for tyres. We'll have to see if these guys think they can get all 40 laps on the same set.
And do we go with the theory of last week like we did with one stop, or do they actually do 2 stops for fuel? Oh, that's in the wall. That was...
Who was it?
Was it?
Oh, Nathan Dorman. They've had some moments. We're going to try and have a look at them. Thanks to DSL Welding Services for this action replay. If they come together.
Moves on. Oh, he's on.
Nathan's got speed, yeah. Nathan's locked it up, and then he's driven through him. So that's...
safety car?
I would think that they'd have to call out the safety car. There are requests for tyres coming out there, so I would not be surprised if this is our first safety car of the evening they're using. Maybe it was those bumps we keep talking about, buddy, because the car looked pretty unsettled as it come into the braking area.
I reckon safety car come out, maybe, just looking at some of those. Cars are peeled off, other cars are just weaving, maybe. Yes, I reckon it has, yep, so it has.
We are under yellow flags with the safety car out. So nice and early, we knew that was what was going to happen. Well, sorry, we suspected. I suppose we didn't know, but I mean, just looking at the walk around here, I think.
Big thanks to Pete again for driving the safety car yet again, as he always does.
Yeah, our race controller, and does a good job at it. I mean, we always like to think that we can race fair, and look at that, there's a few cars in the pits already that have had to tow. There's 3 of them there. So who's that? That we have that Stephen Sikovich, Nathan Gore, and Darren Page. I think this might actually happen to Stephen. I thought I saw a white car flip one of the walls. That car looks pretty good. Though, again, as you said, there's 2 fast repairs tonight, so those cars will be back out on truck soon, and I'm sure the plan will be to try and get them on the lap. 3 tyres is quite fast, and that didn't happen. And thank you, Peter Morris, for your comment. There's okay, so you know, that's good to see. There's no bigger heads or anything, so it's colours for the supercars. You get to choose your colour, and they try to keep the tyres the same colour, you know, just for the broadcast across probably the many leagues that the fishing boards are involved with. Certainly a pleasure to have them with us. Alright, so it looks like the safety car is leading the first of the drivers that have gone down a lap past, so...
Give them probably most likely be given the wave around, so they'll be able to get lap back. And of course they won't be in the front, but they'll be able to jump on the back of the queue on the same lap, so they'll still be able to get points and positions, which is good.
Well, I've seen the safety car stay that long enough that they can get right back around on the train, but you predicted 2 safety cars, and you're going to stick with that usually. It's first one's come out pretty early, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with 1. Oh, sorry, stay with 2. Sorry, my apologies. I'll stay with 2 safety cars. I already have 1, so I reckon I should be on the money with 2. So already halfway there. I could be wrong. Could go more, or could just say 1. You never know.
You never know. You do never know. I suppose that's the point of watching this live. You get to see all the great action and when it's happening, and then you know, jump in the Discord channel afterwards and have a listen to the boys talk about it. I'm hoping sort of moving forward in the future we're able to bring some of those chats to the broadcast as well. So and try and get all the drivers more involved in the series. So. round 5 of the SRW American Invasion Formula 3 Series. It's Cowie, your average sim racer here, together with Adam Hughes on comms and Chef Toddy behind the scenes, looking after the cameras on tonight's action.
Much love
This week, the teams have travelled another 350 miles to one of the trickiest tracks on the calendar, Road Atlanta, and it's going to be an awesome night of racing.
Oh, it's going to be incredible. Oh, I'm loving Road Atlanta. It's one of my favourite tracks, to be honest. So, Cowie? Just
Mate.
Coming in from the producer side here. Good. I'm really excited about tonight.
It's going to be exciting, buddy.
What's your prediction for safety cars tonight, mate?
Well, look, if they built a roller coaster for racing drivers, it'd probably look a lot like Road Atlanta. So this place is home to the Petite Le Mans, so a 1,000-mile sports car race. They sort of loosely follow the Le Mans rules because they've actually expanded it to allow a few more categories of cars to race in it. But it's considered quite the event. But man, look, this is a tricky place. It's challenging, almost serpentine with the rhythms that the track has. You know, it starts with a gut-wrenching sort of fast uphill sweeper, and then there's that left-hander over the crest, right down into the S's, and that's just the first part of the lap. So, you know, it's a hairy car in a supercar, a V8 supercar. I'm sure that these things here stick to the ground, and the speed that they'll be carrying over the top will be tremendous.
And mate, I've got to say that was actually absolute poetry. What you just said, that was absolute beautiful poetry in motion. What you just said there. Hey, you just very much summed up what we've got tonight, and hopefully I can keep up with. I've got a new cam pack tonight, so hopefully we can keep up some nice little bit of drone camera action as well tonight. So, let's see if we can get some of it.
Go. Please don't jinx it. Let's have a great night. I'm sure these boys are here to put on some awesome racing. Just looking at our current series leader, Cameron Edwards, with Send It Sim Sports. And at the moment, he is on the top of the chart with a 1 minute 14.9. Now, we are only about 7 minutes into qualifying. And remember, this is a fixed series. So they all start on the same amount of fuel. I think it's limited to 50% this week, so half the fuel tank. It'll be interesting to see what sort of mileage they get and how far they can go into the race. We've got a 50-lap race tonight, so it's going to be quite an endurance effort for these guys, whipping these little cars around this sweeping roller coaster-like track.
Yeah, a bit of race info, shall I, Cowie? Oh, I was holding out there for a bit there, wasn't I? Sorry.
Temperature 37 degrees on track temp. So that's pretty warm.
Yeah,
it's not warm, into the stratosphere that Road America's got this week in the V8 supercar.
But that humidity's pretty high, right? So you might see a bit of...
Humidity can help with the grip, but again, 37, that's the... You're going to see the guys maybe have to look after the tyres, the ones that chew it up early. As we've sort of seen, fresh rubber seems to be a risky proposition in these cars with that 2 or 3 laps it takes to get them up to temperature. So the field has generally chosen to stay on the same rubber, and if you chew them up early on, you might pay for it at the end of the race, and we've seen a few spins resulting from that, buddy.
Yeah, that's pretty melting temperatures, isn't it? 37. Because you look at the actual temperature on the day, it's only 26 degrees. But then you look at the track temperature, 37 degrees. So that sun is beating down hard on this track right now. So we might see these guys try to use this to their advantage, this track temperature almost, along with their trying to use it up and try and use as much grip as they can early on in case this track temperature changes or evolves over the day, I suppose.
Well, look, qualifying, it's all about finding that one sort of hot lap. I mean, early on in the stint, you probably drive a little bit within yourself, try and make sure you put a banker down so you've at least got a relative position on the grid. And then you spend the rest of it trying to fight. So, again, I think even slowing down and trying a slow lap you know, might sort of give these tyres a chance just to cool back down so that you can bring them back up to that optimum operating window and try another hot lap. But at the moment, these guys are just driving around trying to burn off fuel, get the car a bit lighter, keep it out of the wall, and if they can manage to do that, then they can have a shot at really pushing for pole position. Already Cameron Edwards now into the 1:17s.
And Chris Island just moved himself up as well.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So it is starting to get tight there at the top. The guys are fully into probably their second run now, or they're nearing the end of their first run as they finally got the tyres up into that working window. All right, so just having a look at is this Christopher Island. So Chris came out of the blocks and had a really good race. I think it was at round 2 or round 3. Managed to get up onto the podium. I'll just confirm that.
Chris Island.
No, yes, he got into the podium in round 2 at Belle Isle. That's right. So second place from Chris there. So I know he didn't have a great round last week at VIR. So probably out there to show that he still has pace in these cars and looking to take it to the boys up front.
Yeah, he's shown some awesome improvements actually, and Cameron Edwards is definitely one to watch. But Chris Island is definitely one to watch, and he's had a couple of mixed rounds actually in the first parts, but he's always had the pace. But he's just kind of had a bit of bad luck along the way. But Darren Fahey, I think Darren Fahey's one of those guys that I think Darren Fahey's very much one of those David Unger kind of guys. You know, like he's there, he's always going to be there. He's one that you should worry about, but at the same time, he's always going to be consistent.
There was a big moment with him last week that sort of cost him a run near the front. So, but yes, you know, Darren is one of those guys. He's shown pace and has been consistently battling near the front. Looks like we have 13 cars gridding up for tonight. Looks like we might be missing Corey McFarlane, who has sort of jumped into this series and done a couple of races already and been straight to the front. So I'm sure Cameron Edwards would be the front runner. He is currently, I think it's 30 points ahead of Nathan Verney from Locked On Lads and Michael Whiting from Fishy Motorsports. So those two are locked together, 30 points back from Cameron. So there are championship points up for grabs here tonight, and I'm sure these boys are going to be pushing hard for the W.
Oh yeah, these boys will be pushing hard. We got Cameron Edwards is the only one that's currently into under the 115 mark at the moment. Sorry for those horrible
running on the grass. So I think he's trying to cool those tyres down, or just trying to stay out of everyone's way, maybe.
Hey, g'day, Toddy. Sorry, boys. We're all
yeah, made it, buddy.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, good,
all right, mate.
Oh,
Toddy and I have been having a little bit of a chat here as we watch the drivers going around. We might sort of try and have a look at some of the other drivers. Dylan Thomas, currently running, has done a 1:15.42 at the moment. It looks like he's just recovered from a little spin. Yeah, he's just had a bit of an off track there.
Oh, that was close. Whoever that was that Nathan Verney who nearly collected someone on a hot lap? Just before, I think. Or sorry, someone collected him, I should say.
I don't see anything coming up on the timing on SDK at the moment, buddy. So you're already jumping straight into the seat and excited.
Yeah, mate, I'm keen for Rotoland, so I'd definitely rate this track. It's a fun little track, mate, with a nice whopping straight at the back to really spice it up. I'm really looking forward to this for the Porsches later in the year as well, mate, or later in the series, I should say.
Well, that's right. So we've got the the Porsche and the Radicals are travelling one way across America. I think they're going the west to east. route, and the F3s and the supercars travelling east to west. So following the same path, the same 10 tracks, just in a different order, and crisscrossing our way across in our American invasion. All thanks to DSL Welding Services, buddy.
Would this be the crossover point? Would be this week, would it? Round 5? Would that be the crossover point, by any chance? Was it next week, the crossover?
Well, with the F3s, they've got the long haul journey coming up, so they've been doing a lot of sort of small trips for various tracks where they've only been travelling, you know, maybe 150, 200 miles at the most. I think they've had to actually come 350 miles tonight to get here. So, but, you know, when they start to do the Route 66 and those journeys, it's a lot bigger mileage and will take the virtual cars a lot longer as to get them across there via the trucks. So,
right.
Chris Island had a little moment there.
It's good to see Alex Court back on track, mate. I think he's been away for the last few rounds, hasn't he?
It's awesome to see Alex back out there. We're just saying before, looks like we don't have Corey McFarlane tonight. So,
really?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, buddy. So, but great to see Alex out there after dark sim racing. I know he's
beautiful.
Probably spread himself a bit thin like the rest of us, mate, and was trying to race in just about every race SRW for offer.
We've just had an accident in pit lane entry, or exit rather, have we? That was David Coleman and someone else from Fisher Motorsports and somewhere else, I think.
Well, Dave's still going around there, so the car doesn't look like it's damaged.
Ooh.
I don't know what's happened there. He's just spun it. I think he might have just spun it ahead of time coming out of the pits. Maybe he's just run across the grass.
He quite possibly may have, because I was watching that view before, probably about 20 seconds ago. There was two cars spun in the pits on the exit.
Yep.
Right. Oh, we have a car stopped on track there. It's not necessarily in the way as such, but you know, it's a bit distracting, the better word.
Well, Barbsler has said about time you showed up, buddy, so he's keen to hear from you, mate.
Must be his #1 fan. Thanks for the support, Barbs. Love your work, mate.
That's it, boys. You know, that's what we're here for. We get to talk about the awesome racing we've got for SRW tonight and the F3s. They are, well, they actually what the Dallara F3. What the car is actually in iRacing.
Yeah, Dallara F3, yeah.
They are a whippy little thing. A bit more higher downforce than the Radicals, and a lot more juice in these things. And what's it like to drive one of these things around a roller coaster like Road Atlanta?
It's very touch and go. Like after the first handful of laps, it's alright because all the tyres are sort of up to scratch and up to temp and everything. Up to temp rather, but probably the first 1 to 2 laps is very, very touch and go just because everything's cold, you know. And Road Atlanta, the last half, like this section now is very seedy because it's very, very much low speed. And same with the back section when I think it's after turn 3. So I think it's from turn 3 all the way through to
floating over
7.
the top there and going down through the S's and over the left-hander over the rise.
Yeah, it's very awkward. The car's just very awkward and it's very cold, you know, out of the pits or start of the race. It's just very awkward to drive.
It's a bit light and just twitchy in the rear.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the best way to explain it, mate. Very much so.
Yeah, we're just talking about that now. So you come through here and it's just flat stick down through the S's. And you can see there, like I know driving the V8 supercar, mate, you take as many curbs as you can going down through there and coming up over the left-hander. You wouldn't want to touch the curbs in these things.
Oh no, these things you want to stay right away from the curbs for sure.
Right, like certainly can be some doozies. Now we've seen in previous rounds, buddy, that the slipstream, the toe of the draft seems to be fairly effective. We can see here is that Adam Simpson benefiting from a nice little friendly toe from Dean Sinkovich there. And you can see him closing up. Do you think it's going to have as bigger effect as we've seen in some of the other rounds?
Yeah, I think it will. Probably won't be as powerful as it was in. I'm trying to think where we were last week. Last week was
for last week, so Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia. Probably the same effect there. Like it'll be a noticeable difference, but it won't be like as if you're at say Road America or say what's the other track we're going to? Daytona. That's a big one. It won't be anything like those two tracks. It'll still be useful and you'll be able to get a pass done. But it's not like you're gonna have plenty of time to do it, so to speak.
Yeah, well, you can see Adam Simpson benefiting, I think, a little bit from that toe, setting his best lap so far in the session with a 1:15.61. He's just 11 hundredths of a second behind David Coleman in 6th, who there is only 7 hundredths of a second behind Darren Fahey. So it's looking pretty tight there in that mid-pack field.
It's pretty close, isn't it, mate? Like we've got how many tenths we got? We've got 4 tenths separating first and second.
Yeah, Cameron Edwards 3 tenths in front of Joe Daly, a 10th back to Chris, a 10th back there. What is that? A 10th back or 14 hundredths back to Dylan, and yeah, look, 1/100th of a second from Dylan to Darren. Dave Coleman now in the mix, as well as he split that in as well. So again, we're talking about first has a 3/10 advantage, and then we're talking 9 tenths back to 11th. So we're talking 1.2 for the top 11, 1.5 for the top 12, and only Greg Johnson's still trying to find some pace and get up there, but it's almost the entire field within 1.5 seconds, buddy. That's crazy.
That's actually pretty good considering, seeing as what we've seen in the Porsches and in the supercars as well. That's actually really good.
Well, the thing I always say, buddy, look, as a sim racer, as an average sim racer, I should say, we generally say if you're within 2 or 3 seconds of the quick guys, then you're doing pretty good, because it really comes down to finding that extra 10th in every corner, and that's on a 12 corner race like tonight. That's 1.2 seconds. So
yeah, it literally is, yeah, absolutely.
Right. So really, I mean, I don't consider myself Mario Andretti or an Ayrton Senna. So if I'm a 10th or 2 off you in every corner, and I'm having a good time, I'm pretty happy with that. So to see almost the entire field being inside that is impressive.
Yeah, it's. I think that's probably the selling point or the breaking point for most people is if they're too far away from the leaders, they're going to lose interest. But the closer you are to other rivals, other competitors, you sort of tend to enjoy the racing a bit more because you're still in it. But if you're just at 3, 4, 5 seconds a lap slower than everyone else, then you sort of lose interest in the series pretty quickly or in the category, and that's sort of not what we. It's not what we want in SRW. We want to be able to bring the numbers in and keep a constant flow of participants every week or every season, so to speak.
That's right. And look, I mean, we do have driver training for our Super 2 drivers, which I'm one, and I think the big thing that seems to separate the good fast drivers from the average Joes is probably just the reduction of mistakes and the able to repeat the same things lap after lap and really sort of nail those those entries and exits, because that's where all the time is.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Absolutely spot on.
I mean, a place like this where you've got a big long straight around the back, I mean, the first half of this track is a roller coaster for sure. Up and down, sweeping over corners. I mean, I could just imagine your stomach in one of these cars around here. You come flying over that hill and you'd be, chewing on your lunch again, for a few moments as you float over the top. And Greg Johnson looks like he's had a little bit of a moment in qualifying. Might have just run a bit wide, has he? No, I just rotated the car and again fixed series, so everyone's on the same boat. We'll have to see if that's something we get a view of again tonight, buddy. We've seen these guys lose the rear a few times, just over trusting the car. It is one of those things. I keep saying it, mate. These cars are a car of confidence. You know, you trust them, and the idea is not to push them beyond their limit, but try and get as close as you can to it.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Absolutely spot on. Gonna try to be as close as possibly as you can to the front, and yeah, like I said, to your nearest rival. That's the main thing at the moment.
They snap, and looks like we've already come to the end of quali, so hopefully some decent banter for you guys out there. Again, thanks to DSL Welding Services for their support. We've also got the Promo Department safety car. Geez, it's got a bit of a viewing in the last few weeks, hasn't it, mate? Oh, Christopher Island, that last lap there, perhaps the little toe that he might have had there is pipped Cameron Edwards. So he has jumped to the top of the table with a 1:14.66. So that's a cracker of a final lap there from Chris, and should heat things up on the grid tonight, buddy. But yeah, look, this is going to be close. I think. Do you think the safety car, mate, we're going to see it? We put a bet on how many safety cars we're going to go for tonight?
Hard to say. I reckon maybe. Look, I'll go the benefit of the doubt, and I'll go 2 safety cars. Put it that way, 2 safety cars. I reckon.
I reckon we might have. Sorry,
This
go,
isn't
buddy.
Detroit. I was going to say this definitely isn't Detroit. Here we're going to definitely undersell our expertise and our safety calling business. So I reckon we'll get 2. We definitely won't go near 6. That's for sure.
I'm thinking 3. So, yeah, look, there's enough dangers around here, and these cars are fragile, mate. There's plenty of bits of concrete out there that are going to catch these boys out. All right, so here we have the grid for tonight's race here at SRW TV, round 5 of our F3 American Invasion, and it's Chris Island with Senate Sim Sports in pole position. Cameron Edwards, his teammate there, sitting beside him in second, only 2/10 separating those two. Joe Daly making it a Send It Sim Sports 1, 2, 3, and Darren Fahey in 4th position. Dylan Thomas for Fishy Motorsports, and Dave Coleman, also another Fishy boy, 5, 6. Adam Simpson in 7th with another Fishy. So 3 Fishies, 3 Send-Its. Look at that. Mixing it up there, the boys. Alex Court, great to have Alex back with us with After Dark Sim Racing. Nathan Verney in 9th with Locked On Racing. Dean Sinkovich in 10th with Team SRW. John McHenry, Locked On Racing, and Samuel Thomas bringing up the rear of the grid. And we are getting set to go ahead, buddy. Should be a great race.
Yeah, mate, I'm looking forward to it. First corner of turn 1's going to be interesting. And then obviously through to turn 3, how they're going to file in, because that very tight and acute right-hander up the top of the hill. That's going to be very interesting, I reckon. It's going to catch a few people out, I reckon.
Cold tyres, mates. I think someone's going to lose the rear coming up here, but we'll have to see if these guys can get to grips of these F3s as we wait for the lights, getting ready to go for round 5 tonight. It is going to be awesome. Dave Coleman, he's shown some good pace in this. Hopefully Dave doesn't have the same issues he had on the grid last week. All right, are the cars revving up? We're still waiting.
Fleet.
We're still just waiting for the time to tick down, buddy. The anticipation is building here at Road Atlanta. All right, now they're revving up. We're getting ready to go. The lights are coming on. 5 red lights, and then we go, and we are racing as the lights are on, and they get away. The leaders look like all got clean. We've got a couple of Fishy cars that have got a great start there. Is that Dave Coleman up on the inside? Or Dylan Thomas, I think. Trying to go around the outside. Yep, trying to go around. Oh, he's gone wide.
He comes off already. Oh.
Dave Coleman, and there was another car off in the back as well. That was Alex Court, I think, has had an off-track but come back on. Nathan Burney as well involved. Looks like Dylan Thomas has made a move already on Darren Fahey there, coming down through the S's. So, yeah, your prediction's right, buddy. Cold tyres. These cars are squirmy.
Another car's gone off as well. That was a sports car. Thomas?
That Greg
12th,
Thomas?
13th?
We're going to have a quick look at the
That's
start.
going to be a safety car. That's going to be a safety car.
We just
Oh,
missed what
Dylan
happened at the
Thomas.
start.
Oh.
Well, we'll have to have a look and see what happened there, but there's a massive... There's no incident, no, we're all good.
Safety car's been pulled, boys. Safety car has been pulled.
Wow. Oh, we're going to have to try and have a look back there because Dylan Thomas had a massive moment there. Oh,
Yeah.
Dylan Thomas, Greg
Yeah.
Johnson. We've had some moments big time. So this is where... Oh, Dylan's lost the rear, has he? No. Just off the curb, and that's sent him straight into the wall there, and he's bounced back out. Hopefully he hasn't come out into traffic there, but that car is destroyed. We've also had a moment from Greg Johnson as well. So I have to see what happened to Greg.
No, what happened to the other gentleman?
Well, looks like... Yep, so here have a look and see what happened to Greg Johnson.
See, what's he done? Is he just... Nothing. What's happened here?
Well, we've got... Is that Dylan Thomas? Oh, no. Oh, no.
No.
Samuel Thomas, I think, involved in
Jesus.
that, was it? Yeah, that was Samuel Thomas there. So it looks like he's got onto the grass and just lost control and come across.
Oh,
and poor
no.
old the team, Greg Machine, has just had nowhere to go. Oh. All right, we might now try and have a look at that start if we can, Chef, because it was looking pretty interesting there. We have the safety car conditions. But let's have a look at the start and see what happened there. So look at these. The guys were all trying to go wide. We've got 4 wide there. And this is, yes, this is where Dave Coleman has run wide onto the grass there. And looks like that's Alex Court and Nathan Verney that have followed him. So all 3 of them sort of getting caught on the outside and just not having the grip they thought they had. There, Husey.
Maybe they just got used to qualifying loads and qualifying heat and just forgot, yep, we're on cold tyres here, boys. Not on hot tyres.
Well, outside lane, it's pretty hard to get that car. You can see there. Yeah, look, he's already on the gas way early in that corner. So those boys were never really pulling that up with a late turn in. But I think all 3 of them managed to keep it out of the wall. So they're all still running. But, oh no, Dave Coleman has gone into the pits as well, so maybe a bit of damage there for Dave.
You know the bonus thing is about this though, Cowie?
What's that?
Is we get to see the nice, beautiful McLaren safety car again from our side.
Promo Dept safety car.
We get to see that again.
Well, the Promo Department's been getting its money's worth of the last few rounds here with the F3s, buddy. You know, we must be getting close to... Well, we'd be double-digit safety cars for the season, I think, now. Be pretty close if it's not. Look, it's... You can see the guys here just weaving and trying to keep any heat in these tyres. I mean, we're still only on lap 2, so lap 1 has brought the carnage. Though we didn't see it on the start of the grid this time, so at least we didn't have any equipment failures crashing other people out this week. I don't know if you weren't here last week, Husey, but yeah, Dave Coleman had a technical issue and his car basically drove into was it Nathan Verney? I think copped it right on the start of the race.
Oh, what? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so at least they all got away clean and it looked good. But just a couple of guys there trying to run that outside line and trying to run around the outside, and you just can't carry that speed around the outside there. You really want to try and tuck in and drive through that apex to maximise your speed up the hill into the left and right over the crest.
All cars on the lead lap, or we have a few cars overlap or been
Well,
lapped?
we have Greg Johnson and Samuel Thomas still trying to make their way around to the back of the field. Uh, um, the safety car is pulling away, so we'll have to see if these guys have got a chance to make it right up on the back. They are trying hard. Does look like it's going to be close, but already the field is getting ready to go. Looks like the front runners have read. Yeah, the front runners have read that. So Cameron Edwards and Joseph Daly both reading when Christopher went. So he did not catch him out there, and you can see already they're right on the hunt as they come up over the top and head down through the S's. Just great speed, and again, I think this must be a completely different track. I'd kill myself trying to drive one of these around here, because I'd be using curbs, and that looks like it'd be deadly.
Do you reckon we'll have a bit of team wars happening between these three, between Chris and Joe, and who is it, Cameron? Yeah, Cameron Edwards. Do you reckon we'll have a few team wars between the three of them?
I don't
all
think
the same
so.
team.
Yeah, I think early on these boys will battle and put on a bit of a show. I think, they'll just be, don't be super aggressive and make silly moves, but I'm sure these boys have sort of mock raced together before, so let's hope they can show us some of that action. Already, these three are sort of pulling about a second clear of Darren Fahey in 4th position. Looks like Darren got back in front of Adam Simpson there. Maybe during the restart. I didn't see if he was in that position before, but it looks like Adam trying to make a move up the inside. Dean Sinkovich closing in on this battle as well, and that's a great move around the outside from Adam Simpson. Carrying good speed.
John McCameron lost a few positions into the chicane at the back of the track there, I think, last lap. I saw him drop 2 or 3 spots, I reckon. My eyes aren't mistaken me.
Yeah, so that's it. Is Dylan Thomas is down, our big loser so far. He's down 5 positions. Greg Johnson and Samuel Thomas, though, both of those cars are still blue in SDK, so they're about a minute behind the field at the moment. Oh, and we've got a big moment. Is that Dean Sinkovich that's gone into the wall there? Oh, is that a bit of grass or curb? Or has he just carried a little bit too much speed? No, he's just carried too much speed. He's gone way deep there. Yep, curb and dirt, and yep, that's the end.
Yep,
and that's the same. That's the same spot that happened to Greg, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. And I think they've pulled the safety car rigging because everyone's just backed right off. So I reckon the safety car's come out again.
Safety car number 2, buddy. So you're already on the margin. And I think I might be well out of the equation when it comes to the safety car bet tonight, buddy. You're going to have to clear running from now on.
Yeah, let's hope the next 44 laps are clean as a whistle.
Well, Greg Johnson and Samuel Thomas will be quite happy with that little safety car because that gives them a chance to get back up onto the tail of the field.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
I didn't see if we had more than one fast repair tonight. If any of you guys out there in SRW TV land, either on Facebook or YouTube, if you want to give us a shout out and let us know if you know if it's more than one fast repair. I know that it's normally it was 1 and they expanded it for 2 at Belle Isle, but I don't know if they've rescinded that given the amount of carnage we've seen in recent weeks in the F3s.
I'll tip it's still at 2, I reckon. Well, I hope it's at 2 anyway. You know, we want everyone to finish.
Well, there's
we want everyone to finish, you know?
Well, as I said, mate, this is a 50-lap race, and we've had a few of the guys that have already used up their fast repair, and we're only on lap 6, and we've had, 3 of them under safety car?
Yeah, well, we have actually. Just thinking. So
Well,
Dean's still in the pit, so I wonder if he'll be able to get out in time. I'm hoping
he's waiting
anyway.
for his toe. He'd be waiting for his toe. So I'd say he'll probably. Where are the guys on the track at the moment? They're
On
around
the
the.
start finish line now, I think.
Yep. So that is going to put a Dean a lap down. Though, oh, he can't. Pit is closed. Let's hope Dean heard that and does not come out. Because if he does, he might get pinged. Yep.
Oh, has he?
No, he'll be fine. He's
No,
got to let the
he's
whole.
good. He's good. He's good.
He's got to let them all through, but it will put him a lap down, unfortunately. But there's nothing Dean can do about it. Maybe hope for another safety car. And now Dean can leave and join onto the back. But yes, well, she's been a harsh race already, buddy. Is that turn 2 really catching out the drivers?
No, it's turn. Was it turn? I'm trying to think now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's 8. Turn 8 or turn 9. Yep,
Turn 8. Okay, yeah.
Cars. The safety cars cause on that last, or the corner leading onto the back straight. So that's where the that's where the danger is.
Turn 6 and 7. Yeah. So wow. Where the cars have been stepping out.
Right there,
right, yeah. That's right there. No, it's that spot right there that we're looking at there. Yeah. Where's that? That's before you come up over the hill.
Yeah, it is.
That's the back straight. That's the back straight. So that's turn number 7. Yeah. So that's where. So what these guys are probably doing is just looking to really get that magic exit onto the big long straight, and a little bit too much throttle, and she steps out and bucks her.
Yeah, pretty much. Good night, Dick. That's into that. That's pretty much what it is.
Well, we've said before that throttle control seems to be the key in these cars. Again, you know, we tend to have a tradition here at SRW of picking cars that don't have a lot of traction control aids and that sort of stuff. So you've really got to be wary with your right foot in an SRW league, don't you?
Yeah, you do, mate. That's the main thing, mate. You got to be very much on the ball with how you put the throttle down, mate. Particularly when you got cold tyres.
Right. So Chris tried to go early that time, and I think the guys read it again as well. I think these cars are fairly reactive once they get going.
Top 3, they get away. So I'm sure they're all talking to each other, saying, "Hey, I'm putting the throttle down now." I'm sure of that. Yeah. But they're just timing it so well, and Adam Simpson and everyone behind him just aren't timing it well.
Oh, so we're going to 819. Samuel Thomas has been given a penalty for an unsafe entry, I believe. So yeah, so unfortunately Sam, who had probably managed to get himself back onto the back of the field and in the hunt now, is going to fall a bit further behind because of a... Well, I think Sam was asking if he can serve that in 3 laps because he's in the middle of a battle and he wants to have a bit of fun before it all gets taken away from him with a penalty.
Yeah. You'd rather serve your drive-through now and not sort of have a safety car come out than sort of have everyone bunch up again. You'd rather serve it now, get over and done with, and then that's why I look at it anyway.
Well, that's probably a good point too, because we've already seen 2, buddy, and yeah, he's going in now, so there you go. So probably a smart choice.
I think so too, mate, for sure.
And well, I mean, we've had a flurry of activity from the Promo Department safety car. Let's go back to the action, buddy, and chase these guys down. He's serving his penalty now. All right, as the leaders come over the top again, these 3 quickly building up a second or more lead on the chasing pack.
We seem to have like 3 or 4 different car groups, don't we? We have 4 or 5 guys at the back where we're watching now with David Coleman, Nathan Verney, and John McHenry, and is it Thomas? Is it Dane? Who's in 7th? Sorry,
that's Dylan Thomas in 7th. Yeah, Dylan Thomas, Dave Coleman in 8th.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we have Alex up until Darren Fahey. They're in a group, and then obviously Chris,
Adam
Cameron,
Simpson
and
in the,
Joe.
yeah, Adam Simpson
Yeah.
in the mix of that. Well, look, I
Yeah.
think it's one of the great things about that I've found in my time racing here at SRW is that, you know, regardless of your pace, there's, you know, a bunch of guys that are similar pace to you. So you're going to find a clump of guys that you can be able to race with. You know, so, oh, look, was that, who was that getting out there? Greg Johnson getting out of the road of Dave Coleman there, I think, as well. So we've got to move up the front there with Adam Simpson fighting his way back up. He's making a move on Darren Fahey here. We're just in the slipstream coming down the hill. I think Adam showed the lap before the last safety car, buddy, that he's got good pace and car control down the hill there.
I'm just wondering, will Darren be able to get him back on this next straight, provided that he gets this corner right and doesn't bin it like we've had the safety? No, he's right. He's all good.
Yeah, you
He's
see
going to
Adam's
use
got
Alex
that
caught
move.
behind him. And Alex probably
Yeah.
won't want to hang around too long. He'll probably want to get the move done himself soon and try and soldier on himself. So,
Well, it's great to have Alex with us here tonight, and I know that he's you know, had to sort of, you know, scale back a bit of his sim racing with a fair bit going on now, and making a move on Darren Fahey.
oh, beautiful, nice.
so-
That's just a classic move. That was really nice of him. I'll rate that.
Oh, that
The wiggle.
slipstream there, and we can see now Darren coming back at him, as it was a bit light on exit there. Alex, that car was a bit light on him, I think, and you
It
can
was
see
also
now
maybe
Darren
wiggle.
well, Darren trying to go around the outside. We've seen how the outside line works through turn one, so you know, does the smart thing and slots back in. And he'll try and set it up out of the exit, out of the left-hander over the crest at the bottom of the S's. So all about being clean and smooth here. These cars staying off those curbs. V8 supercar, you ride them like a pony.
Yep, you do, mate. And you are supercar. You can knock doors, whereas these things you can't do it. You knock a door, or knock a wheel, and you have it ripped off, and you go in the air. Whereas maybe a radical, you can do a few bumps here and there, but yeah, supercar Porsches, you can do a bit of bumping. It's nice.
Coming into the danger section here as we go onto the back straight. So far, okay, finally looks like we might have the tyres up the temperature. The guys seem a lot more confident exiting onto the straight, and we can see Darren Fahey now getting back into the slipstream. That Greg Johnson has had a big moment. Yeah,
he has. What's he done there?
Yeah, he's just lost in the same spot, buddy. Well, Sam has avoided him there, so
Done well to avoid him.
did well, yeah. And it's just Alex Cord has got past Darren Fahey there, so we sort of saw some of the beginnings of that move there. Now up into P5, so he's starting to find his ground and some confidence back in the cars. He probably hasn't driven them for a while, buddy. So it's great to have him back, and he's remember why he enjoyed driving these beasts.
Yeah, mate, they're good fun to drive, but very tricky as well. So you gotta find the happy medium, the balance between pace and grip and confidence.
I want a button, like an alarm bell that sort of says, ding, 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 you're on the limit, don't go any further. Because that's what I find, you know, I get to the edge and don't realise I'm there. The car feels good and then it's just that tiny little bit over and you pushed it too far and you're like, hang on, was I already on the limit? I don't know. I don't know. It does my head in sometimes, man.
Maybe we should put that forward to iRacing, Cowie. Go, hey, is there any chance we could have a button installed into our sim where it says, no more grip.
Warning. Warning, Will Robinson. Oh god. Yeah. Well, that's what I need. Well, I got to stop crashing into people. That's what I've got to try and do. I've had a couple of moments in the last couple of races. So sorry, Pete, for spinning you around at the tree, mate, on Sunday.
Oh, that's right. We'll forgive you. You're a commentator. We'll forgive you, mate. It's all right.
To be honest, I was talking to some friends the other day, and we just sort of thought, well, you know, when you're driving hard, you maybe make a few more mistakes, and that's sort of what it makes me feel like. I've got to drive hard and get in there and compete, get the elbows out, you know. So, and unfortunately, I've, you know, rubbed up the wrong way a couple of times, so maybe I've got to rein in something, but I pick my battles a bit better, maybe. I don't know. We'll to see how it progresses. But that's what it's all about at the moment. Joseph Daly just has fallen off the back of Chris. I think we've also had a lead change there. So Cameron Edwards has got by Christopher Island. So I don't know if Chris had a moment or.
Oh, we've had a position change, have we? Another one.
Yeah.
With Alex Court and Adam Stimpson. What's happened here?
Adam Simpson has got ahead of Alex, has he?
Yeah.
No, Alex was in. Alright, we're going to have a look.
Simpson get it back.
DSL might be here. So here we had. So this was Alex.
Is this live or is this the replay?
This is the replay, I think, at the moment. We're just seeing maybe something happen to Adam up here. At this stage, he's just closing in as we come up over the crest of the hill. Oh, he's just way deeper under brakes there and has brought up that distance in a matter of moments. And then down through the S's. Maybe Alex is just finding some confidence. We're also looking... Alex is now up in 4th position, so here's this the move on Adam. Going down the hill into the right-hander.
Oh, with the battling, he's brought David Coleman and Thomason. Oh, 3 wide, Jesus. They've done really well to avoid the knee.
Now the toe's back in, so Adam looks to make a move back up the... And we're looking at, is that Dean Sinker? No, sorry. Who's that? Is that Darren Fahey? Look, going 3 wide. Oh, there's not a lot of room there, guys. Well done. Well done from all 3 of them. Oh no. And then they were close together there, and Alex caught. That car looks a bit broken there for Alex, so I'll just keep an ear out and see what race control's got to say. Wow. Dave Coleman managed to sneak in a pit stop then. I think Alex caught as well. So I think those guys both managed to make it back and get that fast repair done. We still have nothing happening with the safety car at the moment, so looks like this car, no one's had to do a tow. All those cars have got going, but it has spread the field out quite considerably. Cameron Edwards with a 1.8 second lead over Chris Island at the moment. Said at Simsports running 1, 2 and 3 at the moment with Joseph Daly. He now has a 8-second buffer back to Darren Fahey in 4th. So those guys were battling hard there, and 3 into that corner, it spelled doom, didn't it, Hughesy?
It did, mate. They pulled it off. They did really well, and then I just think poor old was it Alex Cork got sort of caught up with who got spun? Was it Nathan? No, it was who spun out? Was it David?
I think
Coleman?
it might have been Darren. I think it might have been Darren Fahey that got caught out there as well. You know, and but again, I don't know if there was any contact there or not, or if it was just a.
Simpson was right.
It is under review.
He had a moment. He had a moment coming out of the chicane, and then Alex had nowhere to go except for his gearbox. So that's what it was.
Well, it is under review by race control, so we will see what comes of that. Yeah, can we have do you want to have another look at it?
Yeah, if we could.
Thanks to DSL Welding Services, if we could, please, Mr. Chef Toddy. Was Alex Court incident, buddies? So where it's
15, 16, I think it was.
Yeah,
roughly.
Lap 14, turn 10 and 11 is what race control is saying there. So you might have to scroll up a little bit. Then here is the cars onto the. So this is them onto the back straight. So you need to speed it up a little. Oh no! Oh, that's Dylan Thomas. That was earlier. That was much earlier in the race, buddy.
To try lap 15, maybe.
Oh, it was a heavy hit though.
It was, wasn't it?
Okay. So let's see if. Okay, this is it here. So yeah, so you can see that we've got another. Oh, so he's gone into the back of him there. Alex has just anticipated that. Was that Alex and Adam Simpson? So maybe just he got a great exit, and Adam Simpson didn't get as good an exit as he expected there. So. All right, so we've got, looks like the safety car has been called out. There's another incident on track, buddy. Something big has happened to Adam Simpson, I think. So,
Are you kidding?
yeah, so looks like he's got that car fixed. Maybe come back out. This is Darren Fahey running slow, but... All right, so Adam just having fixed his car, looking to try and chase back up and get in the back, and just rip the strip.
Oh, no.
And look at that wing got thrown across as I think that might have been Dean Sinkovich coming through then. But yeah, that's the end of Adam, and I believe he's had requested a tow. He's gone back, and it is safety car out on the track. So number 3, buddy. So you got it wrong tonight, Husey. And confidence in the boys, and
what was your prediction?
I said 3, buddy, so I'm already on wood now.
Oh,
so.
well, you're the man. You're currently leading the charge.
Yes, but I'm only one more incident away from getting that completely wrong. So, but it does give the guys that had a few moments there to maybe get back on to the back of the train with a car that's been fixed. Be interesting. I think a couple of guys might have taken advantage of the opportunity to get in and get their fuel done as well.
I reckon you could win the money there, mate. Because we're on lap 20-ish, 2021. Lap 8. Oh yeah, people might be going for a free pit stop, free fuel, and maybe a set of tyres, depending on where they're placed.
It all comes down to those fuel numbers, buddy. You know, I mean, what's the burn in these cars? You got 50%.
I reckon it'd be 1 litre a lap, 1.5 litres a lap. I reckon, because they don't really chew up that much fuel.
And I think they're about a 55-litre tank or something around that sort of size. So you're probably talking about 27 or 28 litres. So we'll just have to see if a pit stop on lap, 14 or 15, when some of the guys have taken advantage of it, is, enough time to put the rest of the fuel in the car. Interesting. So, these things aren't very thirsty, usually.
Yeah, they're not very thirsty, mate. Even in a draft, they use nothing. Like on their own, they probably use a lot less fuel than what, say, a Porsche and a supercar use, mate. Because they haven't got the weight. They're so light and nimble. They
and that aero's refined. That aero's refined as well to sort of minimise drag, as well as take advantage of the downforce. So yeah, you can just see there, the suspension there is all sort of lightweight materials as well. So yeah, these cars weigh nothing. So a small mini version of the current Formula 1 cars with the big boats that those things are, and they're getting heavier and heavier. A lot of the teams were stripping paint off the car to try and find a few grams to lower the weight of the car for performance. That's in Formula 1. So I don't think we're going to see that in tonight's racing here at Road Atlanta on iRacing. We want to see these liveries, mate. We don't want guys ripping chunks out of them.
Yeah, well, that's right, on the oath. Right. It was Darren Fahey, the guy that was having issues with his livery not loading, I think it was, or was it someone else?
I think that does look like he's got a livery there, but I'm not sure if it's meant to be the plain white, but he does have colour on the sideboards there of the wing, so...
Right.
Those Send It Sim Sports cars up front. Alright, the safety car... The safety car is distancing the field, so we will be going green this lap. Looks like we have 3 or 4 cars now a lap down, or Dean Sinkovich on the back of this train, and he's running in 10th, and he's a lap down on the field. Alex Cord has managed to stay on the lead lap. So we'll have to see what race control's got to say about the racing incident there on lap 14. Okay,
Sort of hope Alex Cord does it right here, to be honest.
Well, race control have called that as a racing incident, so they have not penalised Alex in there. So that's good to see. We want to see good hard racing, and I'm sure there's never any intent. The guys are just racing hard. That's a nice move around the outside from Joseph there, taking advantage of his teammate, maybe just napping a little there on the restart. Darren Fahey trying to stay with these guys, and it's that Nathan Burney behind him. We haven't spoken much about Nathan Burney tonight, but I don't think he had a great qualifying, but he's now put himself up into the top 5 and battling up near the front where we continue to see him.
Did we have a rough estimate on the temp for the track by any chance? Did we see what that was?
It was 37 degrees in qualifying. Look at that, 41 in the race conditions at the moment. So she's hot, buddy.
God. Jeez, she's smoking. Jesus. God.
All right.
Yeah, I'm hoping the old Sinkovich brothers can hear me, and hopefully they make it a bit cooler for next season, I'm hoping.
Well, I think they're just trying to be realistic. So we are travelling across America. I know, speaking with J-Mac, who was the architect behind that. Look at this, the guys go 3-4 wide. In fact, all 3 seconds, Simsmore trying to jostle through there. Darren Fahey, he's trying to take advantage. Is that Cameron Edwards trying to go around Christopher Island, but Chris has held him off for the moment. Oh, on the curving. He's managed to survive it. Oh, that was a moment.
That was a massive moment, mate. He picked up both teammates, so I'm pretty sure they would have orchestrated that relatively cleanly and easily.
I think you just answered your question before about team orders, buddy. That was some pretty good racing.
It was, mate. I'm pretty sure if they come together, they would have been pretty dark on each other, that's for sure.
It was close, buddy, but that's what we want to see.
Absolutely.
Close action here, and you can see these guys will all get the benefit of this tow at the moment. We saw last night in the Radicals the tow was good for almost over a second at Daytona. Won't be quite as effective here, but you can see already is that Nathan Burney looking at the back of Darren Fahey. He's looking to pop out down the bottom. No, just sits in behind. Take it easy. David Coleman and Dylan Thomas, 2 Fishy Motorsports cars, trying to stay on the back of this battle. So that safety car has bunched it back up, Yuzi, and given us some great shots.
Yeah, mate, it's always good when the safety car comes out because everyone gets bunched up and makes for interesting racing like we've just had. Jeez, God, bloody... Who's out on the screen? Is that Cameron? No, that's... that was Lars. Is that currently live? This is Chris Holland, yeah.
Oh, Chris Island.
Yeah.
Oh. Looks like Joe Daly waiting in the wings to take advantage as well, so he's having a good battle amongst the thick of it here, isn't he, buddy?
Yeah, it's doing real well. I'm glad because we've just got everyone bunched up. We have 3 or 4 separate groups separated again, like, you know, it will happen again, but at least we've been bunched up. It's going to make for interesting racing at least.
I think commentators love safety cars, buddy, because it does bunch the field back up and we get to experience that the excitement of the start again. You know, look at Cameron Edwards. Is that Chris Island just going on the inside there, making sure that Cameron couldn't get a run on him, defending that inside line. So these boys are racing hard. Oh, Cameron now sweeping around the outside. It's Chris Island. You see the advantage that tow and made faster run, and he swept around the outside. That's a great move over the first couple of corners here at Road Atlanta. Oh, that's just, Chris riding right up onto the curb there, and he somehow saved that, buddy. That was a moment from impending doom and peril.
Oh God, that was a that was a bit sketchy.
It was Supreme Car Control. Hang on to that.
Do you reckon Chris will crack it down the straight?
Wow, look, he's still close enough. He's in the tow, so you know we're going to watch the advantage here and see. Look, he's already starting to close on. They're not even halfway down the straight. and just that momentum into the braking area. So, he's going to get it past him before they get to the braking zone. Look at that. He's just staying on the inside here to make sure he hangs on to the... And look at that, going to go tall. And Cameron's... Oh, a little tap there.
Jesus!
Oh, is that Cameron going into the pits now? So, wow. Some pretty close there.
Cameron, Nathan Verney's behind him. Nathan Verney. Oh, no, sorry, not Nathan Verney. Dave Coleman. Actually, who's going to the...
Yeah, Darren Fahey's gone into the pits as well. So, both of those are taking advantage. Maybe right in the thick of the battle. I know we were enjoying it, and perhaps those guys felt like they were getting held up, so they try and get a little undercut here, buddy.
Ooh. Did I just hear a car spin out or tyre screeching? I reckon that was Dylan Thomas then. I reckon I just heard screeching or spinning out.
Alex Court did pass Dylan Thomas there, so we might be looking at a nice move. If we can have a look at action replay from DSL Welding Services. So he's come from a long way back, so yeah, there you go. So something's happened to Dylan. He's lost it coming up over the hill out of the S's there, and Alex has done well maybe to avoid him and get through. Looks like that's also that was Adam Simpson getting past there as well at the time. But Adam is actually a lap down at the moment. No, we need to be looking at Dylan, I think, at that point, buddy. But that's right. They are now running. Alex has made it up into third position now. Again, we do have Cameron Edwards and Darren Fahey pitted. Looks like we now have Chris Island and Joe Daly have both come into the pit as well. Oh no, Adam Simpson.
Oh no, not again. Jesus.
Just losing the rear. The throttle it can be tricky because you think you've got the grip and then you don't. And has he banged the wall then? He looks like he's avoided it. He hasn't gone back into the pits. Oh, it looks like something's happened now. He's lost it again a bit later. So if you want to have a look and see, it looks like later in the lap something's happened.
Can we look at the one of Dylan Thomas? Because I heard some sort of oh, this is the one that happened the other lap. That's the one that happened in the lap, wasn't it?
I wonder if we've got another safety car because he's just requested the permission to tow. Perhaps Dylan Thomas now taking advantage. Are these guys slowing down? Oh, it looks like they're still going at race pace. Can't see the safety car in the lane though. Oh, there. No, safety car is not out at the moment. He's still there, I think. We've got, looks like a few more drivers have towed. Yeah, the safety car is out. I thought I didn't see it in the pit lane there. So, well, I've got that wrong as well, Husey. So it's now 4 safety cars in this race. So you and I want to rethink your... Well, we have just ticked over halfway of the race, so is there going to be 8?
I'm thinking, Cowie, from as of next week, I reckon whatever our total score is or total amount for the safety car is for that race, I reckon we add on another 2 each. So if you go 3, just go add another 2 and go 5.
You're going 4 and I'm going 5. Okay. So you're counting the rest of this race is going to be clear running then, is that what you're telling me?
Well, look, I've already put down 2 and I'm well and truly past that now, so...
Well, you've had a chance to
go an easy 6.
Go an easy 6 tonight, right? So you want to add 4. I think 5's probably good enough. I reckon we might have 1 more. But again, these cars still tricky, buddy.
I reckon I'll start going 4 for each race after this week. I reckon that would be my minimum 4.
Well, it's been certainly we managed the first couple of rounds. I think we only saw the safety car once in the first 3 rounds or first 2 rounds, and then it's just been a flurry, and it's double digits appearances from the safety car MVP, and yeah,
Our safety car operator. It's beautiful. You reckon?
Yeah, so-
Do you reckon our favorite safety car driver Peter Baxter be saying to the old SLW managers, "Hey, how about you give me $1 per lap? I'm in the safety car. See how well that goes down."
well, he might enjoy driving the safety car instead of having to review some of the incidents, because I mean, it's one of those things. I think they work as a team, and you the chef Toddy telling us he might have more laps done than these guys. Well, we are on lap 27, and this is safety car number 4 for tonight's racing. So David Coleman now finding himself at the front of the field. Now, I believe that most of these guys have probably taken the opportunity to pit, get that fuel all done, and it's shuffled up the grid. John McHenry running in 2nd position at the moment. I do have John has also completed a pit stop, so these guys might have been Johnny on the spot to come in at the right time and take advantage as the safety car came out, buddy.
Yeah. Look, if you hadn't pitted yet, you'd be laughing if you pitted now with the last safety car, but geez, you sort of hope you haven't gone to the pits a few times.
Well,
You would have had.
Yeah, you would have had to take advantage of it now, though. I would think. You're now beyond halfway to finish of the race, so unless you need to pit twice for fuel, which I doubt, these guys should have it up on board to make it. Hopefully green flag racing all the way home.
Yeah, I hope so too, mate. I'm sure some of these guys will be keen to have this race finished with. Look, I reckon halfway through the race, just a smidge over, I reckon we'll probably see one more safety car. I reckon. That's being generous.
Alright, so 5 is the final number. We'll have to see how much you got that, but we can see here Dave Coleman has picked an awesome, great start there. He's already out to 1.8 seconds. 2 seconds on John McHenry, so he caught John sleeping there a little. But looks like the rest of the field didn't really, I think Dave caught John sleeping and John caught them sleeping. The rest of the field didn't realise we were going green again, and they've got a great jump, the pair of them.
It's a phenomenal bloody start, isn't it? Jesus.
Look, Cameron Edwards looking to try and make a move on John McHenry, and Dylan Thomas back in the middle of that action too. Look, with 5 cars, 6 cars.
I can't get over the start gap. It's ridiculous.
So Cameron Edwards looking to make a move up around the outside of John McHenry. Is that Dylan Thomas, Christopher Ireland, Joseph Daly coming in on this as well? Is that Chris Ireland up on the inside of Dylan? And Dylan sort of backed out of that, take his line, but that brings Joseph back in on the equation as well. And Joe Daly behind there. So these guys are 3 deep. She's feisty out there, buddy.
Oh, Jesus. Whew. Bruce is doing well. He's got his teammate behind him to give him a bit of a chop out. But I'm tipping he'll get through this pack pretty quickly, though.
I think that was Darren Fay getting around Dylan Thomas there in the background of that shot too. So that was a great move coming up over the hill. It's such a heart in throat moment as you come up there. Let's stay with the action at the moment. We're going to have a look at the pass. And yeah, we can see here that Darren's just got a great... Well, that's it. Already got the job done. We're watching now. Is this... We're back alive. And that's Chris Ireland trying to make a move past John McHenry there. And Darren Fay's closing in on this. He's got 4 cars. Look at the 3 of them in the tree. John trying to stay off to the side, stay out of it, hold the inside line. And we can see that Darren and Chris are able to get through there on John McHenry, and now is that Darren Fahey making the move as well. So John just maybe finding it where he could and realising the battle's lost. See if he can sit back behind and stay with these guys.
Yeah, might as well, mate. There's no point trying to fight something that could happen.
Oh.
Happen, isn't it? Oh, Jesus.
You see that? We were commenting on the restart and how good it was. Well, it's under review.
Dude.
So did somebody do something wrong there, buddy?
Wouldn't be a jump start, I wouldn't think, because he can go wherever he wants to go.
Oh, something's happened to Greg Johnson too, by the looks of it as well. So Greg's had a moment, so we'll have a look at that. Thanks to DSL Welding. Is this on the pit exit?
Spun it on pit exit, has he? No. What's he done?
Hang on.
But
Having a look.
he's going again. He's letting laps cars through, so that's not a problem. That's all good and well.
Okay, well, we'll see if Greg's still running around out there. Alright, well,
looks like everything's all good.
Yeah, something happened there. That's alright. SDK telling us fibbies. We'll
Yeah,
go back to the action near the front, buddy, and we can see.
No, he's still running around, so that's all good.
Dave Coleman and Darren Fahey here. Is that Chris Island as well? So these guys are battling hard. Dave Coleman's had a moment.
Oh, what's happening to David?
Oh, just lost it into T1, or T2. He's done well to keep that out of the wall by the looks of it.
That's in the wall.
Oh,
he's all right.
lost it again.
Oh.
That is such a dangerous spot.
Oh, Jesus!
He's had to let the entire field through there, so that does throw him back quite a bit. All right, so back with the action. It's heating up, and we now have Christopher Island has managed to get through, I think, on Joseph Daly. So Cameron Edwards running clear, but it's this battle for second, third, and fourth that is just heating up. These guys swapping positions. All right, so we can see here Joseph Daly back into the toe, and we can see already carrying a lot of speed down the hill over the start-finish line into T1, T2. You can see that Chris has got a nice flow over the top of the hill. Both cars there wiggling a little bit as they got on the power, and they come down through the S's. And you can see they're just breaking away from Darren Fahey in a moment, but these boys are pushing hard.
Yeah, they are, mate. They are. I honestly thought we would have had after those last few laps. I thought we would have had another safety car, but it's all worked out in the end pretty well. But look, I think the Send It Sim Sport boys will probably run away with this win, as long as they sort of work together and don't come together. But this is iRacing. You know, we know anything can happen. You know that.
Oh, that's right. We're still waiting to see what race control has to say about the restart, but
I'm curious to see what they're actually looking at or what they're concerned with.
Oh, it looks like Dave Coleman has been given a black flag for taking off too early and disadvantaging the field. So, wow.
Really?
Well, this was at the restart. This was the restart. It looks like Dave's had another moment. This is that moment we saw before, buddy. We've already seen that. But yes, with the restart, race controllers ruled that he's gone a bit too early. He's gone before the bridge and disadvantaged the field and has been given a drive-through penalty for that. So, wow.
Okay, right. Where did he start? Where did he start on the field though? On the restart? Was he on first or?
I don't think we actually caught that moment. He was at the start and he jumped it, and perhaps jumped a little bit too early, or perhaps. Well, I mean, again, race control looks at all those different angles. We only get to see snippets of things because there's so much other stuff happening on the track. So that's why they get paid the big bucks. So So Cameron Edwards has managed to jump 5.3 seconds clear Christopher Island. Chris is showing some good pace out there, but 5 seconds, that's a nice little handy gap to have as we come into the later stages of this race tonight, buddy.
Well, I sort of feel bad for David Coleman. Like I thought he was all in the clear with the restart, but obviously not. But a bit disappointed for him, mate, because that would have been bloody mega.
Well, he had that moment there as well, so got involved, and that ended up. So he had made it, was pretty much on the back of the field there, because he had to let the entire field through, and then to then be also served with a drive-through. So it's a bit of a double whammy for him.
It is, isn't
tonight.
it? Do you well, I don't think we'll be, depending on what lap we're on, I don't think we'll be seeing anyone else peeling off into the pits anytime soon.
I reckon they've got it all done, buddy. I think those last couple of safety cars happened at a time where you'd been out there long enough that you'd burned off enough fuel that you can take enough on board to get you to the end. And that's really what it comes down to. So we are on lap 34 coming over the hill to start lap 35 soon, and we are with P3 at the moment. Joseph Daly is 1 second behind Christopher Island. These guys are already putting on some great action tonight, and you can see that now again in the tow and starting to close up, has shown good speed coming down that last turn and down the hill. Again, that throat in the mouth section where you would fly over it. So look, get a bit more confident, a little bit more curb there. So he is pushing hard and trying to stay with Chris.
Don't push too hard though, boys, because you know the old curbs around here on F3, they do tend to bite very hard.
Oh, looks like John McHamry has had a moment. Samuel Thomas has also had a moment as well, by the looks of that. So DSL giving us these action replays here. What's happened here? So he's gone there, just lost the rear, but he saved that, done pretty well. I know why his car disappeared, but he's done well to keep that out of the wall. We've also had a moment from Samuel Thomas, I believe, just before that. It was much earlier. Okay, thanks, Toddy. Oh, here we go. We're going to have a look and see what happened to him. So, oh, curb, and yeah, exactly the same as John there. So just the rear of the car bouncing off the curb, rotating around, and goes part of the point of no return, and you can't catch the rear of the car. All right, we are back with Joseph Daly in P3. The gap is 1.1 seconds. So at the moment, Chris has been able to sort of maintain this gap. It's probably just enough of a tow to keep Joseph in it. So it's definitely not over yet. We can see a back mucker or Chris catching him right in a compromising section. And you can see, yeah, is that Greg Johnson really had nowhere to get out of it. He did what he could. But that has basically cost Christopher Island half a second, as Joseph Daly now within, it's 0.9, so perhaps Greg was just carrying enough speed there that it didn't hamper Chris too much. The gap is 0.8, but that's that closing in under the draft, QZ.
Yeah, it's going to make a big difference. Which one was that for? Sorry, Toddy? Was that for Coleman? David Coleman had a
Yeah,
penalty.
David Coleman. Yeah, so David had the spin and then went to the back and then got going again and then got served a penalty for jumping the start. So we'll, he's still on the lead lap, but he is about a minute or so off the lead. So, we've had another big spin. Is that Dave Coleman had a spin there and getting out of the way of the leaders?
Oh no!
Alright, so we're going to stick with the battle here up front, as Joseph Daly has now got close enough to get up alongside as we come down the back straight, coming down into the heaviest braking area on the track. And looks like he's got the inside line. Christopher is looking for the slingshot, try carrying more speed over the hill. The tyres will be protesting as they try to get the grip down. And he's sliding up the inside. And they're going to go too wide over the line. That wasn't the end of the race, buddy, so you don't want to get that excited. But look, too wide into T1 as well. So the boys are at it, putting on a great show. And is that Joseph Daly? Well, that took you about half a lap to get that that move done, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, geez, how would that be for a last lap, last corner sort of photo finish? How cool would that be? Geez,
I think so.
Hang it on your wall, frames and everything.
It was pretty good stuff there. And you can see now Christopher having another red hot go. I think this just proves the fact that the toe does have a big advantage in these things. And now with him being this close, we're going to see this advantage. And Chris is going to look to try and slingshot up. Is Joe going to keep to the right and make him go around the outside down to the bottom of the hill? He's keeping the car out there. Keeping the car out there. But they're definitely holding the inside line here. But if Chris can stay around the outside, well, he's got it done in and out right. So swept around him, just able to brake a little bit later. So able to brake a little bit later and get on the gas a bit better. We saw that Joseph there just got a bit of a wriggle on the rear of the car, and that was enough to get the job done.
Oh, look, mate,
That's
like
something
that we can do. But, geez, you take what you can get, mate.
These guys have swapped positions the last couple of laps, buddy, and by the looks of it, we're on for it again. You can see that Chris Island right on the edge of grip there.
Oh my lordy.
Well, these boys are fighting hard.
Jeez,
This is the closest battle that we've got on the... Well, it's the closest battle we've got out there, buddy, so... Looks like we've had a couple of moments from some of the other guys. Dave Coleman's had a big off, and Sam Thomas has had a crash as well. So we'll have a quick look, but we don't want to miss too much of the action that's going on at the moment. Oh, that's where he went right on turn 1 too. As he kept that out of the wall, he has again. He is living dangerously. Alright, so looks like Chris has managed to get about a second in front of Joseph now. Again, we see that it only takes all... Is that Joseph coming into the pits? So, is there do you need a second pit stop here? Is this what we were talking about?
Can we look at Joseph? Can we look at Joseph's pit stop? See how long he takes? Just out of curiosity, if that's possible.
Yeah, we've also got a few comments in the chat there. So Dan Weaver, he believes in the V8s they start the restart zone is after the bridge. And I did hear a reference to the bridge, so perhaps Dave Coleman in that restart went before the bridge, and that is why he got penalised.
Okay, that explains it then. Right, okay, so he's obviously gone before the bridge then.
Alright, so Joseph Daly has finished his pit stop. That standing time was only 6.88 seconds, but the whole pit lane cost him 33. And we have a safety car moment, so something major has happened out there as well. Just waiting for SDK to catch up with the action, because something has happened.
We've got another safety car already.
Yeah, we do, buddy.
Oh, wow. What has happened now?
Alright, so that's a car in on the inside there. That's Samuel Thomas. Oh, he's spun it and he can't get that car going. It's got no gear, has it? Oh. So there you go, yeah. So that car's going nowhere. So he requested a tow, and yes, safety car number 5. So this is your call. We're now, so 9 laps to go. So, it's Toddy, Chef Toddy saying he predicted 5 from the start. So I wouldn't count your chickens too much. We've still got 9 laps of this race to go, buddy. And anything could happen. But Cameron Edwards now catching up to the safety car. Well, I think David Coleman might have been a bit upset that Cameron was flying through there, because he might have got out of the pits in front of Cameron and would have got a wave around. Now he's going to be stuck a lap down. Yeah. So Cameron Edwards was flying there. We have 7 cars on the lead lap now. Chris Ireland pitting again. We'll go have a quick look at his leaving. Cameron Edwards leaving the pit lane, is it? So he's come out, and who do we have coming around? Okay, no, I thought it was Cameron was flying around. No, Cameron pitted a lap before. It was the second lap. Yeah. It was the lap after that, so when it flown around. But we'll go back to the action and stay with it, but we've got 9-10 laps to go. We've only got 4 minutes, mate. Yeah, you're right. 3 minutes. So it's going to go time critical, mate. So we might get only 2 more laps under green. So it's going to be an exciting 2 laps to finish the race. Because we are going to have another lap under the safety car.
We technically have 8 laps remaining now.
Yeah, but it's going to go time critical, buddy. So we've only got another 2 minutes, and I wouldn't be surprised that the safety car will break away and it'll be a white flag lap to the finish on cold tyres, mate. What could happen?
God.
There's no danger there, is there?
Be silly. Jeez.
You know, these guys fighting a 1-lap dash. And you can see here Joseph Daly just trying to keep any bit of heat he can in his tyres. He's probably only got one lap, maybe 2 left to do. So you can chew up a bit of rubber to keep the heat in them.
Not seeing any other series, but I tell if you have 4 or 5 safety cars, that's going to make the event time certain. So
that's right, buddy.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Well, it's going to be a mad dash here at the finish, because we're going to see that.
Now everything's sort of clear, so I reckon I'll be going at the end of this lap, I think.
I would be thinking so as well, buddy. So now the guy's just coming around the back onto the back straight, or not quite there, but one more turn. Yep, so the race control has just announced that here the race will. Yep, so they're going down the back straight, and it's going to be a mad dash with 8 cars on the lead lap. So I think we've got a few. Dave Coleman is right in the mix of that. So Joseph Daly's going to try and get past Dave quickly. I can't see Dave getting in the road here. All right. Well, let's keep an eye and make sure Cameron doesn't go before the bridge.
How many minutes is displayed on your end there, Cowie?
We are inside the last minute. Inside the last minute, I have it, buddy.
Last minute. Right, give me 6.5 minutes left. It's saying it's at 1 hour and 30 minutes. 1 hour, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So
yeah,
maybe one could be out.
No, well, it says elapsed time 1 minute and 5 for an hour 10. Yeah, so maybe we will have a few minutes yet. We're on lap 43.
Can't see the wife. Can't see Bernie the flagman waving the line yet, so we're still going to go for a little bit longer.
Yeah, maybe we do 4 minutes left. Or is that Dave Coleman trying to get out of the way of everyone there? And then in the end just went, I'm just going to get off the bloody road. That's too intense. Oh, that Chris Ireland getting, oh no, that's J-Mac getting caught in behind him. Oh, it was Chris Ireland, yeah, I thought it was. They got caught up behind Dave there, so that cost Chris a little bit. Alex Court is back in the hunt now as well, after some damage earlier. But this will be a mad dash to the end. Yeah, you're right, buddy. We still have 3.5 minutes remaining, so we're going to at least get 3 or 4 laps here of green flag racing and excitement to the finish.
Yeah, mate. This is probably the first race of the season, only the series that's ever had a time certain race. All the other races we've had so far have all been the maximum allowed amount of laps. So
yeah, for the F3s, I think I think the Radicals had one that went time sensitive the other night as well with a few safety cars. But I think we're seeing probably more the drivers are starting to come to grips with these cars, and they start to push a little bit harder. And once you start doing that, you know, it brings in that opportunity of a little bit too much curb here. All right, so race control is advising the turn number 10 incident from earlier on has been reviewed with no further action. Cameron Edwards already out to a 1.1 second lead, but Joseph Daly is now in the tow. From that far back, has still benefit from a couple of tenths. Can he close in? Oh, something's happened to Nathan Verney with a big moment. Might try and have a quick look at that. Thanks to DSL Welding Services once again. And Nathan has just locked up the rear, and he's unfortunately got spun around, but I don't think that Alex had anything he could do about that there. But he's got going and he's still in it, so a chance to still pick up some points. As an off track from Dave Coleman. Oh, yeah, just dodging that. He was dodging the moment there as well. So, alright, so back at the front here now. The gap is 1.3 seconds back from Cameron Edwards to Joseph Daly. Darren Fahey is a further 1.4 seconds behind. Dylan Thomas closing in on Darren Fahey. So there's a battle for 1 and 2, and the battle for 3 and 4 at the moment out there on track. Oh, you see Chris Island right on the back of Alex Court here, looking to try and get the move done. Alex has swept in to hold that position, but Chris getting a great run out onto the back straight and already up alongside of Alex Court. He's got to be careful here. He might have too much speed. Alex will come back in and get the draft and have another go at him. We can see here, look at that. Is that Dave Coleman right in the back there, getting on the back of these boys? Well, you could see the tow advantage that Dave had then. The two cars were punching an even bigger hole. Have we lost Hughes? Have we, buddy? Looks like we've got Alex Court has made a great move. Oh, he's leaving room. These boys are racing side by side. Oh, is that a touch? No! They both touched. They'd done so well through the twisty sections, and it was just the slightest of touches on the exit there, and that has ended the race for both of those boys, and that is so unfortunate. Here we go. So Cameron Edwards has had a moment, and Joe Daly has looked to make a move around. Oh, that looked like a massive net code. Oh no. And he saved it. You see that, Hughesy? Just, well, there was some craziness out there on track. We're going to try and have a quick look and see what happened here. So this was great stuff between the two of them, but they were so close together that, and looks like it might be a bit of net coding that, but they were battling so close together. That is so unfortunate, because that's the sort of action we want to see here at SRW, and they're both giving each other room and battling hard. So, have I still got my co-commentator out there, Mr. Adam Hughes? Something's happened. Looks like Hughes' internet might have crapped itself on us, but we will stay with the action. Let's jump back up to the front, because it is only 0.4 of a second between Joseph Daly and Darren Fahey, as Cameron Edwards has entered the pits, so has ended up with damage out of that as well. So, oh, craziness at the end of our round 5 F3 American Invasion race tonight. Race control has advised that those incidents are both under review, so I'd say any penalties that come out will be post-race, because we are coming down. We must either be on the last lap, or Barney is about to wave the flag. It is the final lap, and it is Joseph Daly that has come home with the win in round 5 of our American invasion here for the F3s at SRW. Wow. Darren Fahey finishes in 2nd position. Dylan Thomas up onto the podium in 3rd position. Alex Court and was that Chris Island, race control, just saying that was a net code incident between the two of them, and that is just so unfortunate, because those boys were battling hard there.
Oh, it was so awesome. We've had a bit of net code all across the board. Yeah.
I'm just disappointed. I lost Husey coming into the end of the race, because there was some exciting stuff there, and lots of action going on, and almost too much to call there right at the end. Alright, so just got the last of the cars coming over the grid. Nathan Verney finishing in P4, John McHenry P5, Alex Court in P6. Cameron Edwards with a moment there, and has had to pit. So that has cost Cameron the win. Exciting stuff. Alright, well, we're going to try and see if we can grab a couple of the boys for the green room. We'll have a look at some of the action replays of the last moments of the race.
So as Cowie grabs some of the guys from the race tonight, thank you very much, man, for everybody out there. Make sure you hit that notification bell and share the love, and give us some love for Sim Racing World TV. Big shout out and big thank you to our major sponsor, DSL Welding Services. Absolute legends. If you need any welding, smash them. Make sure you go to those absolute legends. And also, make sure you tune in for all our series throughout the week. We're pretty much on every single night of the week, but Mondays is our NASCARs. Tuesday is our Radical SR8s, which are bananas and real fun. So, and then Wednesday, as we are tonight, Wednesday night is our F3s. Thursday night is our Porsche GT3 Cup race. And then we have our Rally Cross on the Friday nights, and then on Sunday night we have our V8 Super Show. You guys need to be part of this. Even if you don't want to race, even if you're not part of the series already, make sure you get part of the series for next season. But our V8 Super Show is one of the crowning glories of Sim Racing World TV, and it's been amazing. We do our Super 2s first, and then we spearhead that with our Super 1s after that, which is so much of an awesome night on Sunday nights. So awesome that I've actually taken the night off from broadcasting and commentating just so I can watch. That's how much I really enjoy it. Takes super skill in those V8s. And
alright, so Toddy, looks like we've got our podium runners in the green room, so let's bring them all down and have a chat to them.
Beautiful.
So we've got our podium here tonight. Joe Daly, our winner. Darren Fahey in 2nd position, and Dylan Thomas maybe a surprise 3rd position. Guys, it was pretty chaotic out there. Joe, you were right in the thick of it all night, buddy.
Yeah, it was wild. That was such good fun. Oh my god.
Mate, we could see passes left, right and centre. You said at Sim Sports boys weren't holding back, mate. That toe bringing you back into contention lap after lap.
Yeah, just before we started, I said to the boys, we've got 2 ways we can play this. We can play it safe and, not race each other too hard, and we'll say, 10 laps to go, whoever's in the lead can have it, sort of thing. And then after that last safety car, we go, all right, are we just racing to the end? And then that was it. It was on. So unfortunately, Cam got net coded, but
yeah, look, that was unfortunate because the boys were, racing great there. I think Chris as well. Chris Island was racing close with Alex, and that looked like a net code as well. So, but you can't go around telling the world that you guys have got team orders when the team name is Send It Sim Sports, buddy. Come on.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, right? We, the spirit of it was that we look after each other, and then the competitive side comes out, and then
send it as a pack is what you're referring to, eh?
Yeah, and then we just let rip in the end. It was good fun.
Awesome, mate. Well, look, it was some pretty exciting race. Another safety car action-packed race, but actually the first one that's gone time critical. So
I pitted just before the last safety car, which you boys might have seen. Had I have had a crystal ball and known that we're going to get that safety car, I wouldn't have pitted because I would have made it. I would have made it home with another safety car.
Right. So. Okay. So, well, in the end, buddy, you managed to step clear of the carnage and end up on the P1 spot. So let us know who's supporting the Send It Sim Sports team out there, buddy.
Big shout out to Hobbs Trenching and Boring, Precision Performance Shop, ProServe Finance, Sydney Computers, AJ Insurance Services, Transform Media, Pixel Blocks, CD Synctography, and 27 Designs. Awesome, buddy. Well, it was a great drive from you. And Darren Fahey, you were equally right in the mix of that, buddy. Man, was it just, I don't know, how wild was it happening around you, buddy?
Yeah, I didn't have the pace to win. I think I had pace for about 4th or 5th. The top 3 guys were like mental, but yeah, just survived and got lucky, I guess.
Well, buddy, well, that's partly what the game is. To finish first you must finish, as they say. So, but you've done a great job. But yeah, you were still in the thick of it, buddy. You say maybe you're a bit off the pace, but it just seemed that after each of those restarts, you had maybe taken advantage of them, got yourself back up in front of a couple of guys, and then you're battling with them again.
Yeah, I think I was half a second off pace of the fast guys, but when you're in draft, they tow you along with them, so sort of hides that you're a little bit off pace. But yeah, as soon as you lose that tow, you're gone.
Now you're running as an independent, Darren, or are you with a team?
Yeah, I'm an independent, and I just laugh every time I hear people have sponsors. I'm like, wow, how do they get them all? But, yeah.
Well, I sponsor my car, buddy, so, I know that I fork out money. I think you'll find that a lot of the guys that sponsor these races and the cars are, sim racers themselves, man, and we love seeing our own name in lights. So that's where it is. So maybe you're going to find some mates like that, Darren.
Yeah, I'll try and get AML Tech on board. He's a mate of mine. He does IT services. He's a bit tight, though, so we'll see.
No, it's awesome, mate. Well, it's awesome to have you on the podium. That's a couple of podiums you've had now with the F3. So, are there a car that you quite enjoy driving?
I actually enjoy the car's setup more so. Yeah, I do enjoy the car. I really love the way this car's set up. No understeer, so yeah, loving it.
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
Oh, so Joe's happy with the setup as well, because
mate, if she's not sideways, she's not racing.
Well, how was it last week at VIR? Because I heard a few of the boys maybe thought it was a bit off at VIR. Was the setup was a bit trickier?
If it doesn't want to kill you, it's not worth it.
I wasn't there last week, so
okay.
I can't comment on that.
Okay, that's fair enough. Plausible deniability, Aaron. We understand. All right, so Dylan Thomas, buddy, another podium, mate. You certainly had your moments out there, mate, but you got through it all and benefited from a couple of other mistakes from other people around you, mate. But congratulations, you're here again.
Yeah, I thought the race was over lap 1 when I put it in the wall, to be honest, and managed to just sneak out in front of the safety car to stay on the lead lap. Then the rest of the race, I was going around thinking if I can hang on to about a P6, I'll be doing really well on pace. But yeah, just got lucky. A few other people went off and in front of me, and I was just in the right spot to capitalise on it. So
Well, that's it, buddy. Johnny on the spot. You've got to be out there to get yourself in those positions. What do you think about driving these cars around a track like this? They call Road Atlanta, the roller coaster for cars. Would you agree in an F3 around here?
oh, absolutely, it's definitely a tough track in these. They're hard to see out of at the best of times, let alone coming up that hill at the start of the lap. Just turn the car and hope you stay on the track, pretty much.
There's only a couple of you fishy boys out there tonight, so the rest of them just taking a rest from the pond this week, are they?
There's a bit of prep going on for the Majors 24-hour of Le Mans, I believe.
Aha, yeah. Well, I mean, look, that's the thing. If you want to try and drive more than one car around here and then try and find time to practice in it, do you guys get much of a chance to go out here and do a few laps before tonight?
I have. I've done a fair few. I think the other boys sort of just jumped in. Simo did a fair bit through the week, and then Coleman sort of just jumps in and sees how things go, I think.
Oh, awesome, buddy. Well, again, it's awesome to have a Fishy Motorsports car onto the podium, so you better let us know again who are the boys behind and sponsoring the Fishy Motorsports team.
Yeah, so major sponsor West End Motor Group, which is Parramatta Peugeot Professional, Parramatta City Great Wall Haval, Parramatta Isuzu Ute, and West End Mazda Parramatta. Relax Marine Game Fishing, Precision Sim Training, and DC Shades and Black Wolf Graphics.
Awesome, buddy. Well, I'm sure there's quite a few guys. Do you have a few boys on the Fishy stream watching as well? Do you guys normally put that on yourselves?
In the broadcast, I believe.
Awesome. Yeah, and we've got a few of the comments from the boys on there, so it's great to have their support and great to have you boys with us. All right, so I know, Toddy, have you got any quick questions for the boys?
Honestly, I don't have any questions, but I was just thinking, just as you were talking with the Fishy boys, I blame you boys for me spending way too much money on sim equipment, to be honest. You guys inspired me many years ago. I actually, the first lockdown, when you guys did the first 24-hour Le Mans, I sat there and watched it. I was drunk heaps of beers, and then I fell asleep on the couch, and I woke up and you guys were still streaming. I was like, how the hell are you guys still awake? Like, I slept for like 2 hours or 3 hours, and I woke back up to it. I'm like, man, you guys are still on it. Like, how the hell are you guys still on it? From that point, I was like, yeah, I need to buy a wheel. I need to get right into this stuff. So I blame you guys for me basically bankrupting myself through sim racing. That's all.
If it makes you feel better, it's their fault that I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Look,
Same here.
It's the same for a lot of us,
Yeah.
I know I've got a pretty good rig now, but I started out with the G27. It just seems to be that entry point for everyone, and then we get on iRacing and find out it's a whole different ball game.
And then you get in with these boys like Sim Racing World TV, and these guys are absolute legends. And I can't believe I'm even part of it, let alone being able to rep these absolute legends along with all of you guys and watching you guys and being able to basically talk absolute crap all the time, but exciting crap about you awesome legends absolutely doing some amazing racing. So I'm really impressed, and yeah, that's all I have to say.
Well, it is certainly a pleasure to have you boys here. Our podium for tonight, Joseph Daly, Darren Fahey and Dylan Thomas. Congratulations, guys, and we look forward to seeing you back in the F3s next week. It's going to be probably just as chaotic.
Cheers, boys. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Well, I think that will wrap up our coverage of the SRW Formula 3 series here on SRW TV. Don't forget to hit the like button and follow all of us on our social media page and hit that subscribe button so that you're notified when we go live next. On behalf of the management team and the broadcast team here at SRW, Husey on comms, as well as our producer behind the scenes, Chef Toddy, who you've heard from a bit tonight. This is Cowie, your average sim racer, signing off, saying good night, and we look forward to seeing you next time on SRW TV.
Much love and keep safe, legends. See you soon.